news that's been circulating about TikTok. Because
Yeah.
obviously we put these long form ones places other than TikTok,
Yep,
YouTube primarily right now. But a lot of our content goes first and foremost to TikTok.
It's true. It's true.
So if TikTok is potentially being shut down in the US, what does that mean for us?
Yeah, this has been a tough thing. I don't know what's going to happen. Lots of people
Yeah.
are saying. I just read today the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court is
going
going to look at it. Apparently, the president-elect might look at it as well, but who knows?
Who knows?
It's up in the air.
Yeah. As far as
But
I'm
the
concerned.
last thing we've heard is, yep, banned.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably watching. If you're watching the full video, you're probably watching it on YouTube, where we post the long form content.
Yeah.
That's a special type of audience. People want to do that. But we have found over the past year, since we've been doing TikTok, that's where people are seeing us and following us. And it's,
people come into the store when they're traveling from out of town because they've seen us on TikTok.
They've seen us on TikTok.
So,
Yeah, that's been the place where, honestly, we've gotten the most exposure.
Yeah.
And the goal had been, starting over a year ago, I had this idea of, not to toot our own horn, we're a fantastic, friendly local game store. Not everybody has a local game store or has a local game store that's doing the kind of games they're into. And if we can just show people what we do, that might draw that audience in.
Yeah. It's a community building exercise more
very
than
much
anything.
So. Very much so.
It serves as advertising, I guess, but first and foremost, it's a way to draw different parts of the gaming community together.
Yeah. And, as I was thinking about this ban and leaving TikTok, I had to think a lot about what is it that makes TikTok different and special for a business. And it's really, we've been on Facebook and Instagram for over a decade.
Yeah.
We pay to market on Facebook and Instagram.
You get no reach if you don't.
You get no reach if you don't. It's a pay to play system.
Yeah.
And we see 10% of the views and engagement on those platforms than we do on TikTok.
Yeah.
So, it's really oh, yes, those other platforms are very much pay to play. TikTok has been able to, its algorithm is able to feed our content to the people who want to see it.
Yep.
To get those followers. It forces us to be creative, and that's been really fun, some of the things that we've been doing.
For sure.
But I just, on the other platforms, you can't compete with big companies that spend millions of dollars on advertising to be seen. So, obviously we're going to keep trying to do what we're doing on TikTok on other platforms. And, if it does go away, hopefully those algorithms get better. Because it's really I don't want to toot the horn of the TikTok algorithm too much, but what it's done is it can figure out, this is what Games Unlimited